What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Y'all loving my new, well, not new hairstyle, but you could just say that I'm kind of like, I kind of let it free form. Feel me? Give it a little side profile. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going with it. And what I did do is trim up the beard a bit, so it would have been a tad bit longer, but I went ahead and I shaved it down just about, maybe about half an inch, right? So how we doing, man? Other than that, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about just getting pretty. Because I think when we look back uh, centuries, or let's just go with generations ago, particularly with the age of hip hop when it started out, to where we are now, to where we can reminisce and look back at pictures when we was flossing the Jordans, the Penny Hardaways, the Barclays, all the fly Nikes and Pumas and Adidas and Filas, and the Gucci suits, the MCM, the 8 ball jackets, and all that. When you take a look at that, those were good times considerably because you know everything is quite circumstantial, and which is why it's important to know how to put things into context and to be very factual and thorough when we're trying to excuse me, drop some points on home, especially when we have a particular topic in place. And with that being said, right now I'm just going off the top because I just felt like doing a video, and I do got some things I want to point out. I'm gonna get to it in just about a second. But I guess this is like just the preface of it, as I'm just going right off the top. However, when you look back at those times and you see where we are today, because I recently just seen some photos on my Instagram feed, and it hits me. I'm like, wow, for all the, it seems that we gave birth as African American people, or Africans, period, predominantly African descent. We gave birth to many things that encompasses our life. I mean, from fashion, what everything that has to do with an art form, right? Poetry, hip hop, R&B, soul, funk, disco, uh, our movie players. We even did. We got ballerina dancers out there in the art form. We got actual artists. You know what I'm saying? Basquiat and all these wonderful guys. I mean, Van Peebles and Spike Lee. I'm right here in Brooklyn, right at this park. I'm not too far from where Spike be at. You know what I'm saying? So, when you think about it, we contributed so much on a collective level as to the African diasporic family, also known as ADOS here in America. I'm sorry, but I just don't see where all those great times that we reflect upon with the fly clothes and the cars, the good smoking weed we had that maybe still around today, with all the liquor drinking and this is what we got through that last particular gentrification that we recently had. I think you need to take some time out and really, I mean, for those who don't live in Harlem, go through there and just take a good look. Take a real good look. And for those who know their historical facts, and not just historical facts, but I think in terms of knowing your history, you also have to know or kind of predict what the future ought to be like. And that's just the way it is, because this is one particular trinity, past, present, future, and which we know is part of that time space matter, which is another trinity of trinities. It's very prominent, and it's just life. So how can we know where we're going if we don't know the past, right? We heard that before, and that's very true. Now, there's a lot of talk about being, God, and being gods and goddesses, and meditation and chakras and all this pretty stuff, Kundalini and all of this. And it's been out for quite some time now, in addition to movies that we have been given to be inspired by, to aspire to, you know, to accomplish some things or establish. When you look at it today, I'm sorry. Brothers and sisters, I'm sorry. I, and I know I haven't contributed much to it as to where we are today, but here I am now. I have been stepping up in consciousness, and within this particular walk now, you know, I do look forth to put forth. I am. Let me be. I am going to be putting forth some work, and it's just that what happened commonly is that I start to get passionate, and then I start to, a particular look come up on my face. I get mean. You may see that fire in my eyes, and my voice will get, the vocal tone will change, and that's when people start, want to be like, oh, he's demonic and this and that. Well, I don't really care what people got to say. Uh, I drove out fear. I don't have no fear, and I need you guys out there to please do what you have to do to dispel that fear that's within you. And with that, you'll see the house of cards start to fall down, and you'll begin to really demystify a lot of things. And no matter what color, creed you are, we all need that kind of work out here, because if you cannot see, in addition to what I just prefaced, right? If you just can't see the degeneration of humanity, well, your connection, your connection to that spiritual plane is disconnected. Now, some people can be tuned in to the spirit world, but what happened is it's perverted, which is I tell you, I gotta give it up, man. Like, there's a lot of clever things and crafty things taking place that I could look at brothers and sisters, and I could just tell that like, for instance, the body could look so well and muscular, but yet up here they down with the fact that it's okay to indulge and engage in some wicked acts. That's clearly an abomination to a high degree. Now the book says wages of sin. There's a lot of huge waging going on out here with people. That's factual. That's factual. So you could be driving a good car, you getting paid, and you got the healthy body. That's clever work for whatever force or entity could have you. Let me include myself here in part, because we all here, we all family, and we all part of the human race. That's clever and crafty that you can be manipulated and also corrupted at the same time to believe that what you're doing is okay. Or if you even feel that it's not okay, you still continue to partake. And this is on many levels, as above, so below. Because I'm understanding the importance of principles. You know, being a man of moral, having standards and boundaries. I get it more and more. But as you're elevating to become such a man and woman, oh, it gets tough, because you're gonna see yourself breaking away from a lot of people and your family as well, which is, I think, that's the most hurtful part, when you start to separate from family. And I believe that what will comfort you in those times is knowing firmly in your heart and in your mind that in the future, what you're doing is not just for you, but it's for the betterment of humanity in total. Because I don't care what you say, we all have our work to do while we're here. We all got our work to do. We all got our work cut out. Now, don't get me wrong. I consider many things. I'm very optimistic, and I say I don't think we would have gotten to where we are, to a degree and in part, without those who went into that realm and took works out, who studied that realm, that dark realm, them forces, took it and flipped that power. But then I know that for such a brave, courageous soul to do so, that when they flip a 180 to be of righteousness, to have come out of that filth, debauchery, X, Y, and Z, is that it's very difficult to have real, loyal followers. It is tough. I can see it in my own walk. Now I'm not out here right now particularly doing some recruiting, but I could feel it in my bones, and I can see where a lot of people ain't even they're not with it. I mean, I don't carry myself like a total bum, man, like a bum at all. It's just that, and I guess that's just the way that it is. Particularly where you make that transition and you're changing trying to be a righteousness to the fullest degree, and because of this systematic construct and the ways of the world that's just here, for you to go against it, you're not at the outset. You're not really going to have that much in regards of money, and it seems that money really makes the world go round to a lot of people, and they feel like if they don't have their money, like that's it, and it's sad because for countless years, it baffles me too, especially in the hood. I mean, we know we got bills and rent to pay, but it's like I don't think nobody ever took the time to think critically. Well, we did have men and women of renown that died for us, that put forth work and became of consciousness, changed their life. Their life has been reformed. They joined certain religious groups, which we can regard less of because they gave us good works. The I don't even got to go through the names. Come on now, we all know. All right, and it's like, can't we see that money is not everything? Money is a tool, yes, indeed, to get your toothpaste, to get some basic necessities, and also it does apply to many things in life. And I can see why money could be so powerful, a very powerful tool, yes, indeed. Because if you want, what are life necessities? Shelter, food, and clothing. How are we going to get that without money? There are ways in which you may have to go through some kind of programs and services that you can join where you'll be handed down clothes. But who wants that? A lot of people want them brand new clothes. You want to go shop for your clothes. You want to pop the tags. And I get it. I totally do. And I think that's where, things get a little bit complex. And it also brings about distinction within your character and who you are and where you stand, because you have some people who really, they will go to the thrift shop. They would accept handed down clothes, in which some people will not, because they feel like, oh no, I'm a man of pride, man, and like I ain't with that. Now here comes the other complexing part, is that a lot of people feel, in which some people may have knowledge, that when you're accepting some other people, you have to be careful, especially with the ways of the world, and that's how it's fixed today, where somebody would just purposefully, uh, or may not even know, subconsciously give you something that can harm you. And this is not just clothes. It could be with food too. I mean, look, man, just on a just looking at the whole picture in totality, just where we are today, it don't make any sense to me at all, man. So not one bit, not one bit. So for everything that we did back in the days, all the pictures and music that was pumped out, and you know, being at the 50th anniversary of hip hop looked the way that it looked, I was like, this can't be. Not for everything that hip hop has done for the culture, and how it hip hop has been emulated all over the world and admired. Every time, that's how I know when the hood is a real El Dorado, man. Like there's a lot of things we just gonna have to change, man, so we can really start doing what we got to do, because When we rock hats a certain way, they rock hats a certain way. When you rock your kicks and your Timbs a certain way, people all over the world doing the same thing. They emulating from hip hop, and just our swag and just the way that we do things, man. But it seems that we've been settling with so less, in addition to really at the top of the charts. Uh, we've been battling with those dark forces and crafty forces, which is very is a difficult battle, is a difficult fight. We've been in for years upon years, and I would just have to say that, for as much as we um, glorify and fluff up the fact that we were gods and goddesses and kings and queens and melanin talking and all of this, well, and we talk about this disunification, well, when are we really ready to get together to make some necessary sacrifices where we don't got to worry about the flyers, kicks, and cars and a mansion? Who says we got to have a mansion? A lot of us can't even do with a little. A lot of y'all can't even keep y'all apartments and room cleans, but you want a mansion. Now, I myself still have some work to do in regards of getting my priorities straight. Yes, I do. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring forth this message because I don't exclude myself from this world picture, y'all. That's how real I am. So, now, let's see where I'm at. 16 minutes. I really wanted to touch on this. Now, pardon me as I digress. Now, in regards of dietary law and whatnot, uh, I don't get all crazy about the things that we eat because, like as I once said, mind over matter, and there's a lot of people that get all spooked out when I think we need to not, yeah, we all need to know the truth. It just has to be given in measure. Some people just, life is a journey, it's an adventure, and you would have to find some things upon your own. However, um, if anybody know what the letter U and the letter K is for on certain foods, it indicates that it is fit. It's fit for food and it's kosher, right? Okay. Now a lot of people be like, yo, don't eat that junk food. Yo, stay away from that junk food. This, that, and the third. It's not good for you. It's poison. All this fluff and all this crazy talk. When I'm so far past that, there are some things that I believe I have done and accomplished spiritually where I'm allowed to indulge in certain things where it doesn't defile me. It doesn't change me. And as I once said before, we worried about all this, who's drinking this or who's eating this. Well, now I'm not going to say that it won't or will contribute to a particular healthy state of being. But as far as what we got to do on a collective level, when I know we get together in spirit and really make some demands, right? What Frederick Douglass said, power concedes nothing without a demand. Well, what's up? Nevertheless, on this particular cake here, you got the letter U right there, if you can see it. You probably can't. Anyway, you got the kosher U on there. Then you got the K. You have the K, which that also means kosher. Sometimes you will see the U and you will see the letters or the word Pariv, right? On this package of cookies that I like, lemon flavored. Oh, it's here too. I see the K, right? I see the K on this bag of chips here. Also have the K. Now I'm not gonna put it up because there might be some kind of legalities that may come into play because I put it up on camera and they may try to say, oh, it's infringement or it's this or that. So I'm I already showed one rapper. I'm not gonna show the other two. Nevertheless, I just want y'all to think about something real quick, in which it just kind of hit me because this is to help demystify all the nonsense too. If these cakes, and you can do your own, research when you go into these deli stores and the 7-Eleven and whatnot, the grocery stores. You look at the label, you look for that K or you look for that U. Sometimes it's followed with a D, right? You think about it, like this is kosher, but yet it was said that this is poison, or it has poison in it, this, that, and the third, and all that bogus talk. Are you sure? Which just goes to show what that this what is this all about? As well, it's a mind game. So it's a lot of mind games and trickery and craftiness being played upon the stale people, and it baffles the hell out of me that it's like, I know there's a lot of people out there listening. There's forces out there, CIA, FBI, all that nonsense, which I really care less about. But I'm like, I don't know, man. I guess it's a natural thing where you have to earn your way in, right? But like I said, because I'm coming to a close right now. As I said, when it comes to any kind of like rites of passage and all of that, respectfully, if it has anything to do with any kind of sexual perversion or deviation, don't bring it this way. Don't bring it this way. I don't deal with none of that lesbian and gay nonsense, all right? And for those brothers and sisters out there that's in that, I don't got no hate towards y'all. However, I despise that kind of way of life, though. And I got a right to feel that way, and I got a right to say so. You can't bring that to me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all don't even know what y'all indulging in when you do that. You don't even know the spiritual aspects of that. And I done named and put out a couple things already, but it's like I can't even get comments on that. And it's sad because a lot of y'all, I'm telling you, man, look, I'm gonna put it like this. Some people say you gotta have balance. And they always like to associate these words as above, so below, YOLO, you only live once. Well, okay, respectfully, so if that's the case, fine. Fine. You can have that. Now let's roll with that. That's the case. How come the most melanated are living so degenerated? I'm not looking for a fast answer, but I would like for you to really consider what I just asked, with that question that I just posed. Since we like to fluff up about who we are, how come the most melanated are living so degenerated? And if it's about sexual pleasure, which could bring about money and all these wonderful things, then how come Harlem look like the way that it does? How come Brooklyn look like the way that it does, in which a whole lot of artists and celebrities emanate from? I mean, the black man got the biggest rod and staff, right? Our women are the most voluptuous. They're the goddesses of the earth, right? And we the gods of the earth, right? Kings and queens. So what's up? So we dabbling, y'all dabbling in that world. Y'all establishing balance, I guess that's what y'all want to call it, because y'all can go both ways. All right, no doubt. What we got? Go ahead and take a look at your neighborhood parks. Go ahead and pull up on your youngins, on your little mans and your little sisters. Look how they dress. Are they smoking and drinking? How educated are they? How comprehensive are they? What is their IQ? I'm saying though, we dabbling in that world. Y'all dabbling in that world, right? I'm not gonna say me. I was gonna say we because I like to include myself in which I do. But this is circumstantial, and I'm putting this exactly in the context in which I exclude myself from that kind of play. So what's up? A lot of men and women of renown came and went. They put in a lot of work in that world, and that realm came out of it. And now what? When I say they came out of it, they passed on. They into the ancestral realm. So what's up? I'm gonna wait for any. I would love to get an answer from somebody, please. So, look, man. At the end of the day, I pray that y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's so wonderful when you drop all that fear out your heart. Now, I don't know what people expect from me particularly, and I see all these signs where it's trying to tell me be clean, but this is a mind game that's being played. I know how the other, how certain forces and entities are tuning in. They hear, they on the frequency. They know how to read them signs. There are things that some people can see that other people cannot see because of their particular state of being. Yes, indeed. Some people don't even know how Bluetooth works. They don't care. They just know, okay, I got a Bluetooth. They don't know that it works off frequencies. And you know, that we play with a lot of words and try to make it all boastful. I'm glad I don't do that, man. I'm not into that. But frequency is a relative word. I ain't looking to be no charmer and trying to get our sisters all caught. I ain't looking to be no cult leader or nothing like that. See, I ain't getting caught up in none of that nonsense. I'm, look, but you know, look, man, we all got a lot of work to do. We all got a lot of work to do, and I guarantee you that when you drop all that fear out your heart, and I'm telling you, man, quit all the mind games, man. This is gonna take more than just prayer. Because in the so-called name of Christ Jesus or whoever, we would have been better by now, black people. Because we've been needing help for years on years. And we've been reading and revering that book for years upon years, including the Quran. And where we are today. For all that we indulged in. Peace, love, and light, man.